If you can look at it from, I'm doing this for my long-term health, not just, sure, can I help you get abs? Yeah, like we can do that. But like, what does this look like long-term? What is the point of all of it? And I think if more people had that in their head coming into it, they would be way more inclined to follow through with all the things. Welcome to The Rooted Method. I'm Kaycee Hines, the CEO and founder of Rooted Coaching, and I'm here with our head coach, Angela Felde. Today, we're going to talk all about coaching in general and what we think is missing in the industry and just have a powerful conversation on what could be better and how we coach here at Rooted. So, Angela, if you don't mind, give us a little bit of a backstory about how you got into coaching and just your background in general with coaching.
Yeah. So I got into coaching as a client and a burnt out mom who just felt like I needed a little bit of help to find time for myself again, prioritize my wellness, and be able to show up for my family. So I have 6 kids, and after each pregnancy, starting with the third, I experienced a little bit of postpartum depression, but going forward, each pregnancy, it got a little bit worse. And of course, as you add more kids in, you have less time for yourself and everything feels harder.
By the fifth and sixth.
Yeah, the fifth and sixth really treading water, gasping for air.
Yeah.
And so when my last 2 were born, which are twins, I really just felt like this is it. I'm never going to have time for myself again. I'm never going to be fit again. I'm never going to feel good again. I'm going to stay exhausted, overwhelmed, and be the last priority on my list every day until I hired a coach to help me. And that really made all the difference. I actually reached out to get a coach mainly because of the mental health aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be great to lose 5 to 10 pounds, but it wasn't just for aesthetics. It was really for, I feel overwhelmed. I feel anxious. I feel like I'm drowning. What can I do from a lifestyle and a nutrition standpoint to feel better and be able to show up for my family as a good mom, as a good wife? And through that client experience, I fell in love with the coaching process and just thought I could help a ton of women who feel the same exact way regain control of their, like the wellness aspect of their life and feel better, be more confident in their skin and be able to show up as a better mom.
I love that. I think what's so interesting with you is that, like a lot of people, you knew what to do. It's not like you didn't already know. You've been into fitness for years, over decades at this point. So it's not that you didn't know what to do, but it was also that you really needed the accountability behind it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've always loved fitness. You know, I have a background teaching boot camp classes and teaching bar classes. I've worked out or been in sports my whole life since, elementary school. I've always been active. And, I've done things throughout the years like Whole30 and keto and whatever, but I never dove into the sustainable lifestyle change and the focus on a nutrition plan that I could do forever. It was always a start, stop, and all or nothing. And so even knowing the basic things that I could do, I needed somebody to clear the noise and to help me find a strategy that actually was going to be workable with my capacity. Like I don't have
with
a ton
6 children.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a ton of time here, people.
believe it or not, everyone.
So definitely just thinking through like how do I plan my week to be able to execute with ease?
Yeah.
How do I set up my week to be able to hit these goals consistently without a lot of time, without a lot of capacity? How is this going to be life-giving and not another thing that just drains my energy?
Yeah. And I think that some people do feel like it could be an energy drain. So I would love for you to hit on, like, as our head coach and as someone who coached and has coached hundreds of women at this point, how do you make sure that that's not how they feel? That it's something that's just, oh, this just takes away from me because I am busy and I'm working and I have kids, and that's, everyone is so busy. So how do we make it so that they don't feel like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I always tell moms when they start off is that, listen, first off, you can do way more than you think you can. And everything that I'm going to ask you to do is going to be energy giving. It's going to be life giving. You may feel tired now, but when you're moving your body, when you're hydrating well, when you're putting nutritious whole foods into your body, those are going to boost your energy. So what I do starting off with moms, with clients, is I give them a small, attainable, yet also challenging goal. Mm-hmm. And I help them get over the learning curve of accomplishing that, getting a win in their bank. Like, the mindset part of it is huge. I'm not going to set you up to fail the first couple of weeks. I'm going to give you an attainable goal that's not the end goal, but it's attainable. Get you that win, and you're going to feel challenged. It's going to be a little bit harder than what you're doing now, but it's going to be attainable. And then once we get to that goal and we execute at a high level for a few weeks, start to feel all of those energy-giving biofeedback wins from accomplishing that with consistency, then we push a little bit more. So little tiny baby steps. As your capacity grows, we layer on something else. Mm-hmm. So I never want it to feel like I can't do this. This is too much, or this is draining me. I want it to be challenging. I want it to be attainable, but I want my expectations for you to grow as your capacity grows.
I love that. I think that people really miss the mark with that. Coaches miss the mark with that often too, where they give someone 100 things, right? And we've all been there. Like you want to start something new, or you want to do a new program, or you want to try something. And it's like, cool, you have to do 50 different things. And it's like, okay, well, that person's going to fail in 2 weeks. And they all do. And so I know that what we do differently and what you do differently is layering in little things as people are ready. But on the flip side of that, I have found that there are some clients who are like, I feel like you're not giving me enough. Like, I need more. Exactly. I need more. And so talk a little bit about, like, how do we coach people through that? Because that is a challenging one sometimes, where, like, you're not ready for more. How do I make sure that they understand why they're not ready for more? But we're going to get there. Gosh, I can educate you. I can give you my whole degree if you want it over time of coaching together. But, like, how can we really hone in on that with people?
Yeah, I've had clients like that before. And sometimes I just say, okay, we can try it your way and see how it goes. But almost every single time they get overwhelmed and they get burnout after 4 weeks of doing it. What I really try to drive in with people is that, listen, this isn't a 30-day plan. This is not a 75 hard. There's no give it all you got, be perfect, and then you'll be done. Like, this is the rest of your life. You have to buy into the fact that this is your lifestyle. You have to love it. You have to feel good doing it. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
And so just telling people, listen, we're laying the foundations. The foundations are important. The fundamentals are important. Mm-hmm. If you don't get the fundamentals down, the little sprinkles on top aren't going to make a difference.
Totally. Like, when people are like, I need to do an NADIV. And it's like, you're not even eating. Like, wait, what?
How about just drinking some water?
Yeah.
So really just focusing on, I promise you this is going to get harder, and it's probably going to get harder in a few weeks. So just take comfort in the fact that we're laying a good foundation. You're getting some mental wins that are going to fuel your motivation to want to keep going. You're going to start feeling better. And if the foundations aren't there, we can't build. It's going to hold us back a few months from now if the foundations and the consistency aren't there. And so I think just taking, like, an authoritative approach with clients and saying, I've coached hundreds of women. I know that you're ready to feel better. You want to make a change, but slow down a little bit. This is not a marathon. Well,
this is not a sprint.
This is a marathon, and I don't want you to burn out.
Yeah. Because we have to be able to do this for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. And like, the reason they're probably hiring me is because they've done those all or nothing start-stop plans before, and they've burnt out, and then they've just resorted back to the default behavior. That's not what I want to happen this time. I want this to be the last time that they have to start over. And I want this to be true lifestyle change. So let's go slow. Let's do it the right way. Let's build something that lasts.
Absolutely. So when it comes to like coaching, I do think that's a big part of what sets us apart as far as a coaching team goes. But what else do you think, in your experience, having hired other coaches in the past, working with other coaches, what do you think is really what sets you apart as a coach?
That's a good point about working with other coaches. I think that the best coaches have coaches. I know that you have a coach. I have a coach. And it's great to be pushed and also just to learn from another perspective, another style. But I've had coaches before that have charged double than what we charge our clients. And the value that I got was so little.
Yeah.
No phone calls, no texts, no outside of check-in day interaction, 7 to 10 sentences. One email. And I think what makes us different, what makes Rooted coaches different, is that we truly care about the individual. And
too much sometimes.
Yeah, to a default. Like a lot of seasoned coaches or even mentor coaches would say, you can't get personal with your clients. You can't get emotional with your clients. I disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why we're different is because we know our kids, our clients' kids' names.
Yep.
We know what they're struggling with at work or at home. Honestly, so much of your personal life affects your ability to be consistent with health and fitness. So how could you coach someone and not know anything about their lives?
I don't think you can effectively.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I agree.
So that makes us different. I mean, my clients, I tell them when they sign up to work with me, hey, listen, message me anytime, literally anytime. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care if it's a holiday, a weekend. If I'm not working, I'll have notifications off. I'll have my phone put away. You're not going to be bugging me, but I will get on there and check it at least once a day.
Yeah.
And I will get back to you, because questions need to be answered so that you can implement whatever the answer is and then keep progressing. And that's how we learn. If you can't ask a question and you're just sitting around until the next check-in day to have a 10-sentence interaction with your coach, I mean, you might be implementing what they tell you to do, but are you actually learning what you're doing and why you're doing it?
No.
Yeah, no.
I do agree. I think connection is a huge part of our coaching. And that's not to be that everything is all touchy-feely, right? Like I coach, I know you coach mostly women. I coach a lot of men also. And so it's not like I'm all the time just like, okay, we have to be all in our fields all the time. But I want to know your life. I need to know, I know their spouses' names. I know their children's names. I know what they do for a living. And the reason for that is if we're going to get somebody to implement the plan that we want them to implement, it has to work with their life.
Right.
And if I don't know your life beyond an intake form that you fill out in the beginning, then it's not helpful. Things are shifting all the time. I mean, you and I both have had some of our clients for years. I've worked with one guy for 7 years at this point. So when his career changes, you better believe that the plan completely changes. And I think that that is part of what's missing in the coaching industry, is that coaching is blown up. Everyone is a coach now, so it seems, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that there's also a lot of business mentors out there that are telling people to charge a high ticket and do a short check-in and only talk to them once a week or bi-weekly. And there's just this push for that. And it is not the approach that we take at all for so many reasons.
And then there's other coaches out there that kind of piggybacking on the thought of only getting 7 to 10 sentence check-ins, not telling you the why behind what you're doing. They literally tell their coaching team, don't explain the why. Don't tell your clients what they're doing, because if they know how to do it themselves, they won't stay. And they're so focused on lifetime value of the client. Like, how long can we get people to stay? The less they know, the longer they'll feel like they can't make success without us. They can't make progress without us. They can't maintain progress if they stop coaching.
Yep.
And yeah, like any business needs to be profitable, but we're all about explaining, hey, this is what you're doing. This is why you're doing it.
Yep.
I would love for you to stay with me for years. And the people that do stick around because they love the community, they love the accountability, they love the challenges, not because they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly. And that is another huge piece I know sets us apart. Obviously, I've, been in this for about 12 years now, and I've worked at multiple different places where business owners would say exactly that. Do not give your clients more information. Or when they offboard, do not give them maintenance macros. Do not give them maintenance information because we want them to fail and come back. And that, like, this is so cheesy. I just got goosebumps thinking about that because that makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Because our entire mission and our entire goal is to help people. That's the literal whole purpose of this. And so
Service industry, health industry, like
that's the whole goal. So if you are out here doing what we're doing just in the name of retention, I mean, I think you're a fraud.
yeah.
I hate to say that, but I think it's a terrible way to approach things. So I do know that sets us apart. And I'm like, if we can empower you with every bit of information, if I can give you all of our nutrition degrees and our nursing degrees and our dietitian degree, like if we can just give you all of that, we will, if you want it.
Yeah.
And it seems crazy to me to gatekeep that information from clients, especially.
Yeah. And a huge testament to that and the way that we coach in that way is when old clients who are no longer working with us, I always say, like, reach out to me anytime. If you have a question or you just want to run something by me, like, message me. Like, even though we're not in a current client coach relationship, like, I'm here. Like, I'm rooting for you. I'm your number one cheerleader. And so I'll have clients reach back out to me after 6-8 months transitioning on their own and be like, hey, just want to let you know I went through maintenance the past 6 months. Like, I'm continuing to see gains. Everything you taught me is paying off, but I have a quick question. And I'm like, hey, yeah, awesome. Let me help you. And then they continue on. Or even somebody reaches back out. I'm doing great, but I want to go into a cut phase and I'd love to get back into coaching and help you guide me with that and, getting out of it back to maintenance. And I'm like, awesome. Return clients are the best testament to what we do, why we do it, how we do it.
Yeah, I agree. Even in our coach text this week, in our thread with all of us, there's 11 of us in there. I can't remember who it was that sent the screenshot of their client's A1C coming down, continuing to come down. I think it was Amber, but continuing to come down months after not working together because they're still doing the things that she helped them implement. So that's what's most important. So when it comes to lifetime of our clients, I think it is awesome also to see that we do have clients that have been with us for years and years, and they're still empowered with all that information. So why do you think that is? And I know you touched on it a little bit, but like connection with the coach, community, like what do you think it is that drives someone to stay in coaching?
I think the community and just feeling like this new identity is supported with other people who have adopted the same new identities. Like the lifestyle has to change. You have to own the lifestyle. You have to buy into the lifestyle. Like you are not who you used to be. This is the new you. This is your new lifestyle. And being around people who are on that same page is so empowering. It's so motivating. It feels good.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're constantly having to explain yourself to everybody or you're alone. Nobody wants to feel alone. And I think just what we've created with our, rooted forum and everybody being able to share recipes and ask questions and share wins and, congratulate and encourage each other. It feels like home for this little space that we're in. And people feel like they're known. People feel like they belong. And that's what keeps people rooted, not to be cheesy, but rooted in these changes that they've made.
Yeah.
And it makes the whole process, the whole lifestyle change just more sticky, more sustainable.
Yeah. There's also something to be said for working with someone long-term who almost knows your body better than you do.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge part of it too. It is funny. I was talking to a client last week and I was like, hey, we've been working together for 4 years. This is how your body usually responds when we try to go into a deficit. Here's what I want you to expect for the next 2 weeks because historically this is what happens every time. And she was like, how do you know that and I don't? I'm like, because that's my job to know that. But it's so nice to work with somebody longer term where you have that relationship because yes, there's also a friendship and a connection that develops over time that you care about this person. But they also just, data wise and science wise, like I just know what your body's going to do and I know how to get it to do what I want it to do.
Right.
And that part I think is super valuable and a huge part of why I also have a coach.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to think about it. Like
I know.
And we know what to do. I don't want to do it myself.
Yeah. And there's so much just mental. I when I think about your mind share, like how much mental capacity you have to devote to everything in life, your job, your kids, your house management. Like, you don't have extra mind share to devote to how much should I be eating? What should be my programming? Like, how compliant do I need to be? How do I need to plan for this vacation?
What supplements do I actually need to take?
And there's so much confusion out there with all the people on social media saying you should be doing this. It's 7,000 steps. It's 12,000 steps. Like, no cardio, only fasted cardio, steady state cardio. I mean, it's so overwhelming.
So
And
much
to
noise.
have somebody just say, like, here's your plan, here are your goals. All I need you to do is hit them at 80%.
Execute this for the next 7 days. Then we'll
Yeah.
pivot if we need to. Yeah. It's huge to have that.
Yeah. And I feel like women especially, the mindset part of it is so hard because we get in our head about things.
What?
I get in my head about things.
Same.
And, we think I should be doing this, or I need to go into a cut. And it's nice to have that coach be like, no, you were just in a cut 6 weeks ago.
Right.
Like, you don't need to go into a cut. You need to just be more consistent maintenance.
Yes.
And make sure that you're not getting in your own head about things and derailing your progress.
What do you wish that more clients understood before coming to coaching?
That's a great question. I feel like what I would really love for people to come in already bought into is that this is the long game. And real change takes time and consistency. I get it. When you're ready to feel better, look better, you want fast results.
Yeah.
But building and sculpting a body takes months, takes years. Rewiring your brain from default behavior takes so much time. Have you found that with your clients?
Always. And like really, really helping people understand that this is the longer play is hard sometimes. Everybody is conditioned to want the fastest fix possible. How can I get to where I want to go as quickly as I can? And we are a society of instant gratification. There are so many things that are even continuing to condition us towards that. And with this, there are things that sure you can do that are going to be quote unquote faster, but I can promise that it's not going to actually take you there for the long haul. And so I think for me, I wish that more clients understood that our goal is that I want you, if you have kids and grandkids, I want you getting up off the floor with them as long as possible. I want you carrying grandbabies as long as possible. I want you to be able to get up if you fall. I know that we've talked about this at length, but I had a dad who did not take care of himself. And so the goal with this with clients is like that they don't get to that point.
Right.
That, I remember I started weightlifting in the very beginning. Again, this is now probably 15 years ago. I started really heavy lifting because my dad fell and he couldn't get up and I couldn't pick him up. And that was like, oh, shoot. He was not a huge dude. I was like, shoot, I have to be strong to be able to help people in my life. And I will never forget, towards the end of his life, he fell on the kitchen floor and I squatted down and I picked him up literally like a baby and I front squatted him. And I was like,
that's awesome.
That was empowering. That is why I do this. That's why all of us should want to do this longer term, is so that we can, yes, maybe not that dramatic of an example, but be able to do the things that you care about.
Yeah.
And if you can look at it from that lens, if you can look at it from, I'm doing this for my long-term health, not just, sure, can I help you get abs? Yeah, we can do that. But what does this look like long-term? What is the point of all of it? And I think if more people had that in their head coming into it, they would be way more inclined to follow through with all the things.
Yeah. I always ask my clients, okay, what are your goals? They can't just be aesthetics, because we'll get there.
Yeah.
But once we get there, what's going to keep you going?
Yep.
It has to be something long-term. It has to be something that affects your lifestyle, your quality of life 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. Think long-term, because if this is truly a lifestyle change, the goals have to be the long-term vision.
If you could tell someone that is stuck right now, one or two things that they could start doing today, someone that's listening that isn't in coaching yet, but is interested in getting healthier, what are the couple things that they could start doing now?
Drinking water. I'm shocked sometimes when people, it seems so basic, but I'm shocked sometimes when people come in and they just are barely drinking water.
Yeah.
Focusing on a hydration goal, that would be top of the list.
If you're to give a ballpark number would you say? Half their body weight in ounces?
Yeah, working up to that, but that's overwhelming for some people. Like, I would say track your water for a week and then push up 15 ounces from that.
Yeah.
And just try to be consistent with 15 ounces more for a couple weeks, and then add another 15 ounces for a couple weeks. Like, gradual baby steps to get there. You have your whole life. If this is a lifestyle change, why whiplash yourself from 20 ounces to 80 ounces in one day? You know,
You're going to be peeing a lot.
yeah,
Sure.
going to be peeing a lot, feel bloated, feel uncomfortable. So baby steps, hydration would be one thing. Strength training. I mean, I cannot stress enough that muscle is your retirement plan.
Yep.
I mean, muscle is your longevity factor. I feel like, when you talked about picking up your dad, like that 100% ties into that.
Yeah, totally. So we'll get people drinking some water. They'll strength train. And then I think for, if you're really wanting like just the basics of nutrition, like you don't have to track your food to be successful.
No.
And I know I think a lot of clients think like, oh, I can't work with you guys because everyone tracks their macros. No, they don't. Not everybody tracks their macros. It's the fastest distance from point A to B in a lot of scenarios. So we do use it as a tool, but we do a ton of meal planning or build your plate method. So, with build your plate method, even just if there's a listener that's like, okay, I want to start being a little bit healthier, what can they do as far as like, how should they structure their meals moving forward? And yes, all things considered, if you have a medical condition or something like that, please talk to your doctor. But how could just the normal person go ahead and start improving their nutrition?
So protein. Focus on protein, focus on fiber. I would say track your food for a week. If you hate tracking your food, you don't have to track your food, but track your food for a week and figure out how much protein you're getting on a daily and how much fiber you're getting. And then gradually build up from that. Ideally, if you're going to be eating intuitively and not tracking your food, I like to think of, if you're looking at a plate of food, let's get, half of it lean protein. Build up to that point. Maybe right now, a little tiny sliver is lean protein, and then you move to a quarter is lean protein, and then you move to half is lean protein. And then fruits and veggies at every meal. Maybe you have fruits at breakfast and veggies at lunch and veggies at dinner, but that's going to get you your micronutrients. That's going to get you your fiber in. And a whole foods focus 80% of the time. It doesn't have to be more than that. Yeah, you can refine it and eventually, 85% of the time, 90% of the time. But if you don't enjoy your food, you're not going to stick with it.
Yeah.
You have to have some wiggle room for some processed snacks that just really taste good. Even if they're swapped out from previous snacks that you've eaten that aren't the best quality.
Sure.
Processed food is necessary sometimes.
Yeah. This is where people get that all or nothing mindset of like, okay, well, I'm either going to eat healthy or I'm not going to eat healthy, but there's no in between. And people will be like, if I see someone out socially and I'm having a drink or I'm having pizza and it's a client or not a client because they all know, but maybe it's a prospective client and they're shocked. They're like, wait a second. Are you having a drink? I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, you can actually still do this if you want to live a 80-20 lifestyle, or maybe at some point it turns more towards 90-10, but you can still have the foods that you enjoy. In fact, you have to if this is going to be long-term and sustainable. Yeah. And I think on every single call I have with a discovery call for a new potential client, they're like so nervous that I'm going to take away everything that they love and enjoy. And it's like, okay, wait, we don't have to do that. Let's just make 80 to 90% whole foods,
100%.
and then still enjoy the things that you enjoy.
Yeah. I actually had a client who just started working with me a couple months ago, and we have known each other for a few years, just mutual acquaintances. We were at a banquet sitting next to each other, and on our intro call, our discovery call, she said, I just remember sitting at that banquet next to you and thinking, she's so lean, she's so strong, like she's so in shape, and seeing you eat the dessert and thinking, oh my gosh, she eats dessert. Like maybe
yeah, I do.
Like this is so encouraging to me because I feel like I can't ever have carbs. I can't ever have sugar. I can't ever have sweets. But she looks like that and she's eating the dessert. And that's what got her interested in learning more about what we do and how we do it, and that sustainable lifestyle that can get you the health results that you want, get you the aesthetic results that you want, and not take away carbs, not take away occasional desserts, not take away, a glass of wine on a date night with your husband.
Totally.
So I thought that was cool because I don't want to go out and be around friends and them think, oh, she like never eats the pizza, or she never eats the dessert, she never has a glass of wine, because that's not true. And that's not necessary to be able to achieve the things you want to achieve, hit your goals.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, one more question. Where do you see your long-term impact, or the impact that Rooted wants to make, heading in the next few years?
I just want people to realize that they can accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, and not even thinking like aesthetics and health goals. Yeah, that's what we do, but really in any area of their lives. If they want to go after something, all they need is a strategy and a plan and an expert in that field to help them get there.
Yeah.
And I just think that feeling empowered and feeling confident, feeling like you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, is the best feeling in the world. And I want our clients to feel that. And I want them to realize that it's never too late to go after what they want to go after. So much of culture makes parents, women, men even think, oh, it's too late now. I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s, I can't add muscle now. It's too hard to add muscle.
Yeah.
And I think just showing them that it's never too late. You're never too far gone. You're never too far down the road of poor habits, poor choices. We can always pivot. And just making people feel like there's hope, and helping people to find that feeling of empowerment, confidence, and I can do and achieve whatever I set myself out to. I might need some help.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
But so many people struggle with it. So
many people. I mean, just think like if you have a leak in your house, most people hire an expert to come fix that.
Yeah.
If your toilet's not working, you're going to hire a plumber. If, like you're not going to,
should your health be any different?
DIY it. But, if you're going to hire an expert for other things in your life, if you're not an expert yourself, why not hire an expert to help you become an expert?
Yeah, I totally agree. I love that. I think another thing, to kind of piggyback off of that, is the way that you were talking about, like, the way that this can empower you for so many other things, I think is huge. And I think that's a mark that so many people miss. But like, you don't really realize until you're in it, until you're doing it, what it can feel like to be overall healthier and have more energy and all these other things, and how that can empower you in all these other areas of your life. Like, this affects everything that you do. And it can make you feel more confident in all of your other day-to-day things. I think about the amount of clients I've had that, this might sound crazy, but that have been like, I finally feel confident enough to quit my job. Like, I don't like what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to pursue something else, because of some of the conversations that we have of like, you can do that. Like, I see this, and this in you. And so it's not just, a good coach is not just telling you what to eat and do this workout. Like, they are helping you see who you are as a person and what you're able to accomplish. And it is such a cool thing to be able to mentor people through that.
It's so fulfilling. It honestly brings me so much joy. Like, it's why I love being a coach so much. One thing that you made me think of when you were saying that is how I walk with my clients through being promise keepers to themselves, and how setting goals that are challenging yet attainable and being able to keep a promise to yourself is like a little deposit into a tank of confidence and empowerment. And that overflows. When you set goals for yourself and follow through, when you do what you say you're going to do over and over and over and over, you are building an unshakable confidence that spills out to every other area in your life. And I feel like that's something that I really, really focus on with my clients. Like, let's not set a goal we know we can't hit. That's like setting ourselves up to break a promise with yourself. And that doesn't help with our mindset. That doesn't help with our confidence. Like, let's not be lazy and set easy goals. Like, I want you to be challenged, but let's make sure that it's attainable, because there is so much value in doing what you say you're going to do, showing up when you say you're going to show up, keeping a promise to yourself. It builds so much confidence that if you do that consistently for 3 months, you're going to be unstoppable.
I love it.
Mic drop.
This was so fun. Thank you so much
Yes.
for doing this with me. We are so excited for what's to come. Make sure that you follow along with us on Instagram. And if you're new to us and you want to chat with us about coaching, there'll be a link below to apply for a free discovery call with us. And we will get on the phone with you for 30 minutes and talk about your goals and love to give you free advice. And if you don't sign up for coaching, that's also fine too. But we want to really be able to help you in that 30-minute phone call. So feel free to click below and sign up for a call with us.
Thanks for having me.